guys. So when I first joined spoken word poetry, I wasn't really sure why I wanted to do it, but now that this is like the third open mic, I kind of realized I think it'd be kind of cool to look back and see the kind of stuff that I wrote about and what I felt was important enough to share. So today I'm performing a poem about friendship because I think it was really important for my freshman year. So I have this box. No one really knows about it, but it's where I keep my memories. I know most people have a brain for that, but this box is kind of where memories go to die. It's where I relook at photographs folded on the corners of the girl I used to babysit, to recall the excited grins as she wrapped her tiny fingers around my thumb and grew to love me. And I love her. But now, 8 years later, we barely recognize each other. I have this box. It's where I house all my love letters to friends who needed a listening ear and found mine first. I hopelessly tried to repair a damaged heart with my words. The things I said in those notes feel like they were written in a foreign tongue. It's like looking at a marriage certificate after the divorce is done. I have this box where I go to relive the old times, keeping torn playbills from shows I've been in or seen, trying to relive the glory days that took place after the phrase, "kids can be mean," faded away, when you had a group of people to depend on. I go to this box to remember childhood friends between taekwondo practices and late night swims, countless road trips, dozens of piled up pics, the guy I vandalized my first and last house with. Don't ask why we chose peaches as our weapon. My noisy neighbors had it coming. We bonded over Mr. Miyagi, wax on, wax off of their home. Funny, looking back on it, it's almost as if each scrub was corroding into what one day turned out to be our future. Now, the miles have put a wedge in this friendship, the miles that separate us driving to near silence. I find myself wondering how my life would have turned out if I hadn't lost touch. I'm scared to see any more of my friendships fizzle away, walk across the threshold of the future, never to be seen again. I want to be there when you throw your cap in the air. After they call your name, you triumphantly glide across the stage and grin at me. I want to be there to watch you blow out your candles on all of your birthdays and to get you extremely wasted on your 21st, and we can pretend it's your first time. I want to be there at your wedding, standing beside you as you take your first step as a married couple, and I want to be there to hold your brand new baby as she wraps her tiny fingers around my thumb and grins from ear to ear. I promise to not lose touch with you. I promise to not lose track of time. I find that as time passes, sand drips down the edges of the smooth hourglass until you look back and realize how much of it is gone. You just have these tiny little particles, people who once meant the world to you, like the sun set and rose for you, but you look back and see they're all gone. And no matter how much you wish you could cheat gravity, you know the sand will never get sucked back up into the top of the hourglass. You try to convince yourself they're just a little speck in an hourglass, sand from some faraway beach that was assembled by foreign, wrinkled, damaged hands you will never get to know. But time will not stop for you. Instead, it creeps along at a pace so sneaky it doesn't want to be noticed, tiptoes in the background of your daydreams. You never know when the hourglass will run out. When time gets too tired to turn its gears any longer, too worn out to crawl out of bed, do not wait for time to slow down, because when it really does, it'll be too late. I have this box. I hope our memories never end up in there. I hear it can get a little stuffy, full of neglect, heartbreak, resentment, and miscommunication. I promise to never sit my kids down and tell them about the friends I had in college, the ones who got me through life, and have them ask me why they haven't met them yet. Because the reason I only keep a few people close to me is so I can harvest those friendships, our friendship, like the precious jewel it is. Thank you.